Closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
So we already learned how to add new titles using the Essential Graphics panel. We have these presets, but what if we want to create something of our own and add motion to it? Let me just create a quick title card graphic. So if I click new layer, rectangle, then I'm going to make this really big and actually cover the entire screen so that we can have a blank title card. Just increase the size like that. Great. Now I'm going to add new text. It's again saving the text style from what I used before. Just use our text tool, which is also T on our keyboard if we want to use a hotkey to select this text. I'll just say hello, and then I will center it just like so. I'm going to create another little text for underneath. My name is Phil. I'm going to make this smaller. Okay, so I have my two texts, and say I want to add just a little bit of subtle motion to these. This is something we actually do in the effects control panel. So to see that better, I'm going to close my graphics panel, and we're going to add motion with keyframes in our effects control panel. So what we need to do is find our text. So we have our text that says hello, and then our text that says my name is Phil. So if I choose my text hello and I go down, oops, I don't want to change anything. Let's go down to our transform tools or properties. Here we can see that we have our position, we have our scale, we have all kinds of things here. So let's do a little animation of position. To create an animation, we have to set keyframes, and we set keyframes with this little stopwatch little icon right here. So if I go to the very beginning of this text and I click position right there, it sets the little keyframe, and you see that it's right there. If I go forward and I move to the right, it moves the text and it adds another keyframe. And what it's telling Premiere Pro to do is that between this keyframe and this keyframe, I need it to go from here to there. And what that creates is some motion. So if we play through this, you see that motion. At the end of that keyframe though, it kind of stops. And so one kind of really quick beginner tip is that if you add motion, make sure that you have it going throughout the entire title. And usually slower motion is better too. So let's do the same thing with the other text for my name is Phil. Well, if we go down to the bottom, go down to transform, let's actually just for fun add a scale animation. So sometimes I'll just go in the middle of the title and I'll just set a keyframe, and I'll go forward a little bit and let's increase it just a little bit. And I see that the anchor point is down in the bottom left, which is fine. So it's growing kind of from the bottom left. If I wanted to change where it was growing from, I would change the anchor point with those options here. So let's see if we move it over here like so. Now it's growing from the center. It's a little hard to tell for you, but now what I would do is take this first keyframe, drag it to the left to the very beginning, and then drag this second one, drag it to the right to the very end of this title. And then let's actually just move it over just so it's in the center. So now if we play through this, we have that little subtle animation. And just adding little animations like that can take your text and your title cards to the next level. We can still go back, and this is what's cool about this. We can still go back. We can change the style if we want. We can say I don't like the drop shadow anymore. We can go here and take off that shadow. Change anything that you want. So that's pretty cool. So if we do want to save this as a style, what we can do under Master Styles is just click on this drop down, say Create Master Text Style. We'll call this red with white stroke. Okay. So now what happens is this actually appears in our project bin, which is really interesting. So if we go forward in our timeline and let's just say I create a new text, I press T on my keyboard and click up here and I type in something. Well, it already has that style because it's a new text in the same project. But say let's just change this up. say we change it and we get rid of the stroke, we're here. But I want to apply the old text style. We can just drag and drop this on top of that text file or that text block in our timeline, and it applies the same style that we have for My Name is Phil, which we just saved, to this text. We can even go up to our text up here and we can change the master style, which I created another one, text style 1. That's another clean text style that I used before. Cool, so those are just a couple other quick tips for using the new Essential Graphics panel. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm brand new to this like everyone is, and if you have any ideas or if you saw something that I didn't see, please let me know. And if you're confused at all, let me know and I'll try to help you out. Thanks a lot.